Hey y'all, I'm Mandy and this is Mandy in the Making. Welcome back to another What's for Dinner. It's the first What's for Dinner for 2021. Okay, this is not my first video in 2021. I did my first video a couple of days ago. I'll link it below. It was a grocery haul just in case you're interested, but this is my first cooking video of the new year and I'm really excited. The first meal I'm gonna be making today, you can see it's still light outside, is in the crock pot and I'm excited about it. And then I've got two other great meals planned for this week and yeah, but I just wanted to check in on you and just see how your Christmas was. How was your New Year's? I hope everyone had a great Christmas and New Year's and you're looking forward to a great 2021. I know I am. We had a great Christmas. We got to see most of our family members. There were some family members from out of town that we did not get to see, but for the most part, we got to see everybody and spend some time together and that was really great. And then of course you had the new year bringing in 2021. So hindsight really is 2020 now. Ba-dum-tsh. I saw that on somebody's Facebook post, but I thought it was cute. I'm corny like that. Anyway, before I get started on our crock pot meal, I did want to talk about a little snack that I'm about to eat. Okay, before I get started on my crock pot meal, which I'm really excited about, and it only needs to be in the crock pot like 3 or 4 hours, so that's even better. But before I get started, I'm gonna have a little mid-afternoon snack. Now, raise your hand if you ate too much over the Christmas holiday. I know I did. I ate all the unhealthy foods, way too much of it, and it's time to really kind of rein that in and start making smarter choices. But just because I'm going to make a smarter choice does not mean that I can't have good tasting food, right? Like, I love a good snack. And the snack that I'm going to be eating today, I've got to decide which flavor I'm going to eat. But let me show you, let me flip you around and show you these. These delicious little snacks are called Rip Van waffles, and they are European-made mini waffles that are low in sugar. They're a great source of fiber. They're made with no preservatives, no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial colors or flavors, and only about 100 calories per serving. All of these that I'm showing you here only have 3 grams of sugar. They have 6 grams of fiber, which is really great. And they taste great, so you get to indulge without the guilt. For today's snack, since I'm gonna be doing it on camera, I'm not gonna choose one of the chocolate ones just because you know what it's like when you eat something chocolatey. It's not good. We're gonna go with the Dutch caramel and vanilla. Okay, so it's a pretty good size. These are great with coffee too, by the way. I haven't tried this flavor, so let's give it a try. I say they're great with coffee, and I don't have any coffee at the moment, even though we have like an entire coffee bar behind us. We'll talk about that later. But, oh man, this is good. Can you see? It's got the little caramel in the middle. Okay, I'm gonna stop eating it, even though I really wanna finish it. I will in just a minute, but I had to tell you about this one little thing. So if you wanna try these, and I highly recommend that you do, you can get them free. You can get the ones I was just showing you for free. You just pay $3.95 shipping and they will ship right to you. But wait, there's one more thing. If you use the link below and you get yours for free and just pay shipping, you're also going to get a $10 Rip Van gift card for a future purchase. That's pretty good. So I'm gonna finish eating mine now and then we're gonna get dinner in the crock pot. And this dinner has more calories. So I feel much better about having a snack, a midday snack, when it's really healthy for you. A big thank you to Healthy Finds for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now, let's make some dinner. Okay, tonight we are having slow cooker crack chicken and rice. And I know you don't see the chicken out yet. I need to grab it out of the fridge, but first I want to go ahead and cook up our bacon. So let's go do that. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I am halving tonight's recipe because it says it serves 6. There's 3 of us. So it calls for a whole pound of bacon. I'm just gonna use about half of this package. Okay, while our bacon is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and add our chicken into the bottom of the crock pot. I'm using about 1 pound of chicken breast. It's really just 2 chicken breasts, but I cut them in half because they were so incredibly thick. Just gonna put these on the bottom, and then we're just gonna mix everything else together and put it right on top. Okay, I only need about 3/4 a cup of cheddar cheese. So I'm gonna grate that real quick. Okay, that's probably more like a cup, but that'll be okay. Okay, Lou. There, baby. Okay, let's assemble everything else that's going to go on top of our chicken. I need 1 can of cream of chicken soup. I've got 1/2 cup of rice that I did rinse really well. I'm gonna put that in. The recipe calls for 1 3/4 cup of milk, so I did in between 3/4 a cup and a whole cup. The recipe also calls for a ranch pack, but obviously I don't need an entire ranch pack, so I'm gonna do about 2 tablespoons of ranch powder. And it wants me to put in 1/2 of the cheese. Let's mix that up. I almost forgot. I was like, this looks different. Yeah, it's because I don't have the bacon in there. So now we just need to crumble up this 1/2 pound of bacon in here and mix it all together too. Now, that's better. Let's mix all of that together. Bacon fingers, is that a thing? Okay, now we're just gonna take this and dump it over the chicken. And yes, just so you know, my rice was uncooked. It is not cooked rice, it's gonna cook in here. Now, on top of here, we'll just sprinkle the rest of the cheese. Now we'll just put the lid on and cook this on high for 3 to 4 hours, just until the chicken is cooked. So I'm gonna set it at 3 and come check it then. Okay, it has only been about 2.5 hours and it is done. So I'm gonna take the chicken out and shred it now. Okay, so now we're just gonna add the chicken back in to all the goodness. And I'm just gonna stir it around. We're gonna serve this with a little bit of broccoli. So it's like the perfect amount for us tonight. I'm glad I cut it in half. So Stephen is on a work call. He's not supposed to be working this week. We see how that works, right? It doesn't. But Cole and I are sitting in here and we're gonna eat. He's already over there eating. And you say yes, no, maybe so?
All right, turn the camera on.
Oh, he told me he wasn't gonna be on camera, so.
This was a little too good to not be on camera.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah.
The bacon makes everything better.
Bacon makes everything better.
Now, I wouldn't be wrong in saying this had cheese in it, right?
It does have cheese,
Okay,
yes.
just didn't want to sound like an idiot. The cheese, oh man, it makes the chicken really creamy.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's awesome.
Really good. And it still has that crunch because of the bacon too.
You like the broccoli in there too?
Mm-hmm.
Good addition. Well, I have to agree with Cole. It's really good. It's got a lot of flavors, but it's a great comfort food. Now we've had like cracked chicken before, but I don't think I've ever done it with rice in the crock pot. So I like this. Can you tell there's rice in there, bud?
What? Wait, hold on. Slow down. There's what now in here?
There's white rice in there. He's not a white rice fan by itself. Now, if it's mixed in with like a sauce or gravy, he's okay, but.
There ain't white rice in here.
Yes, there is. Start looking for it. Look for it.
All right.
So he finally stopped working. I took the food in there to him while he was working, and he came out, and what did you say when you came out?
Wow. I was telling my coworker that my dinner was smelling really good, so
So you had to go.
I'm excited to eat it. Yeah. This is tremendous. The bacon, the creaminess of the chicken and everything. I love the texture of the chicken being shredded like that.
There's rice in there too. So that's you're getting that too. Cole didn't believe me when I told him there was rice in it. So this is a keeper, yes.
It's definitely a keeper.
I love how easy it was.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So, is there cheese in here?
Yes. Cole asked the same thing. There's cheese, there's ranch powder, cream of chicken soup, milk, and then yeah. And then I added the broccoli at the end. It didn't call for that. I just thought that would be a good addition.
Nice touch.
Thanks.
Really good.
Awesome. I'm so glad.
Well, hello. It is the second night of What's for Dinner, and I just wanted to show you what the situation was outside. It is pouring rain, and it's supposed to rain all day. So it's altering our plans just a little bit. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
So we've got this whole young chicken that we got in our butcher box, and it was frozen, and we've thawed it out in the fridge for just a couple of days. The plan was to grill it, but because of the situation outside, we're gonna do it in the crock pot. So we just had some veggies left over. We had some onion, some celery, and carrots, and instead of letting them go bad, we're gonna put this in the bottom of our crock pot to be like the bed for our chicken to lay on. So let me go ahead and dump that in there. Perfect. Now let's do some dry rub to this chicken. Okay, so Steven just took it out of the package and just kind of rinsed it off, and now we're just gonna pat it dry and then add all kinds of spices. This, just for reference, this guy is about 5 pounds, a little over 5 pounds, and we're planning on cooking it on high in the crock pot for probably about 4 hours. Okay, so we're pretty much gonna do a dry rub on here. He is going to get all of the spices added in here. So he's got salt and pepper. We're gonna add poultry seasoning, smoked paprika, some garlic powder. Gonna add a little bit of onion powder. And he decided to grab that from the spice cabinet too, this kickin chicken seasoning, just to spice it up just a little bit.
We shall not have no shortage of spices. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna put a little under his arm there too.
Oh yeah, get it under his skin if you can too, I don't know.
I wish I could.
Do it to it. Okay, so we stuck it in this large crock pot, and we're just gonna put the lid on it. We're not gonna add any liquid or anything, and it's gonna cook on high for about 4 hours or until the internal temperature gets to 165. Okay, it's been just a little over 4 hours and it is done. I have checked the temperature of it. It looks really great. We are gonna pop it under the broiler though, just to kind of crisp it up on top. But before we do that, I'm going to start on Instant Pot mashed potatoes. I have 6 small russet potatoes that I peeled and chopped. I'm gonna add in a cup of water. And we're gonna cook this on high pressure for about 10 minutes. We lost a wing in the process of switching it from here to here. There's the wing on top. But I've got the oven preheating to broil, and we're gonna stick this in there just to crisp up the top really well. And then as soon as our mashed potatoes are done, I'm gonna do a quick release and we'll be ready to eat. So Steven decided that we should make a gravy. So he got the juices that were in the crock pot. He removed a lot of the fat from it though. He got the juices out and he's gonna put it here in the skillet. He has got the skillet heated to medium high, or it's coming up to temperature now.
Probably gonna put in about maybe 1/3 of a cup, something like that.
Okay. Now he's adding just a couple of tablespoons of all-purpose flour that we're gonna whisk in here. Okay, now that he's got that mixed in really well, he's gonna take some chicken broth and add that in there to kind of thin it out a little bit. Add a little more liquid. And he's just kind of messing with it until he feels like the consistency is right. Just whatever consistency you don't want it to be too thick, but you don't want it to be super thin either. And now he's adding in some heavy whipping cream. He's gonna whisk that around. This is all kind of by the seat of our pants. We don't really know exactly what we're doing here, but I will type it all out below. Okay, so I think he added about 3/4 a cup of the chicken broth and about 1/2 a cup of the chicken drippings from the Crock-Pot, and then maybe like 1/4 to 1/3 a cup of heavy cream, I think. He's tasted it a little bit and he said it's pretty good, so he has turned it off, and now we're gonna pop the chicken under the broiler. So we left it under the broiler for what, babe? Almost 10 minutes?
Yeah.
It looks so good. Mm-hmm. And we've got our mashed potatoes over there ready. I did add some salt and some anti-no-no seasoning to our mashed potatoes. He's gonna cut this up. And then we've also got our veggies over there. It's just about time to eat.
Yes. Got a little.
Gravy ladle, not an egg separator.
That's right.
in there?
Look at that. Come on in, son.
Oh yeah. And now, hold on.
It has become a family affair. Gracie Lou is not far behind.
I want.
You want a chicken leg, baby?
Oh yeah.
Leg quarter, get it.
Now wait a minute now.
You want some of those veggies over there?
No, we're gonna get some of this right here. We're gonna just pour that gravy on there like that. Oh boy. Winter chicken dinner.
I'm ready, baby. Are you ready?
I am ready. First of all, the meat is just falling off the bone. And we got this good gravy in there, so let's try it. All right. That is melt in your mouth. I mean, it is smooth as butter, and then that gravy, the flavor is tremendous.
This chicken is unlike anything I've ever had.
Cole says he doesn't want to be on camera, but that's Cole talking.
That is amazing.
He would give you a second thumbs up, but he's got a knife in his hand.
I would give you 3, but I only have 2 hands. So.
All right, taste the mashed potatoes with that gravy on there, babe.
All right. I'm glad we made the gravy.
I'm glad you made the gravy.
Oh man, this is good.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to dive in, and we have a spectator. Lou. So this was our first time making a whole chicken in the Crock-Pot.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out really great.
Yep.
Do you think it turned out great? It's our third meal of the week, which means it's subby supper night. However, we're going to start with something that's not the subby supper. We'll get to subby supper in just a minute. The first thing I'm gonna make, I've made here on my channel before, and I found it from Fallon's channel, Moss Family TV, and I wrote it down on this little note card. It is Cracker Barrel, well, it's like the knockoff, Cracker Barrel hash brown casserole. Tonight for dinner, we're pretty much doing breakfast for dinner.
Yay!
Okay, for this recipe, we need a small onion that's been diced. I have a medium-sized onion. I'm also gonna need a small onion that's diced for my second recipe today, so we'll use half of it for this and half of it for the other thing. I'm gonna be using my little chopper again. I haven't used it in a while because I know there was a recall on it. Mine was included in the recall. However, I haven't had a problem with mine, so I didn't send mine back in. Don't fuss at me, it's okay. Okay, we need 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. I'm gonna use my little grater here. Everybody wants the cheese. I've got a whole stick of butter. I need to pop this in the microwave and melt it. Okay, so the recipe calls for 32 ounces of hash browns. I have 26 ounces. I've used this before and it's fine. I have thawed these out, but we need to pat them dry. Okay, so now we're just gonna mix everything except for about 1/2 cup of this cheese. We're gonna reserve that for the top, but everything is gonna get mixed together. So let's add in our hash browns. Now, I believe the original recipe calls for cream of chicken soup, and you could definitely use this, but I think this is what makes it really taste like Cracker Barrel's hash brown casserole if you use cheddar cheese soup. Now we have 1/2 cup of butter that has been melted, 16 ounces of sour cream. We're gonna put in about 1/2 of this onion, and all but about 1/2 cup of this cheddar cheese. Oh, one last thing, just need a little bit of black pepper. I've got a 9x13 dish. I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of vegetable oil spray, and we're gonna dump everything in here and then top it with the cheese. So I've got my oven preheated to 350. We're gonna bake this uncovered for 35 minutes. Okay, now that we've got our hash browns in the oven and we're waiting on those, we're gonna get started on subby supper. I'm really looking forward to it. Let's go. So if you're new here, Subby Supper is just where my subbies, or my subscribers, send in one of their favorite recipes and we give it a try. Today's recipe is called BRT Egg Scramble, Bacon Ranch Tomato Egg Scramble, and it comes from Mandy, not me. Mandy is originally from New York and she lives in Indiana with her husband Blythe, and they have a fur baby named Presley Jane. And she is a hospice nurse and said that she works really long shifts, and that at the end of her long shifts, she really likes to watch my videos and other YouTube videos to help cheer her up. I'm sure being a hospice nurse is a very tough job, and we thank you for it. Thank you for sharing this recipe with me, and thank you for the card and the sweet gift that you sent me. You're the sweetest. Let's get started. Today we're just going to be using the pre-cooked bacon that you can get in the refrigerated section at the grocery store. She said she uses this just to make it a lot quicker and easier. So I'm going to go pop these in the microwave. Okay, so this is our timer for our hash browns. We're going to let them go for another 10 minutes, but I'm going to turn the heat up to 375.
Oh.
How about let's try that again? There we go. So let's turn it up to 375. So I've got this skillet. I'm heating it to medium high. I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons of butter in and just a little bit of EVOO, extra virgin olive oil. So she did not give me measurements of everything. I guess it really just depends on how much you want and how many you're feeding. So we're using 7 eggs to feed the 3 of us. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do now that our butter has melted all the way down is add in our onion. And we're just gonna saute this until we get a little bit of color on it. Okay, these have softened up pretty good and they've got a little bit of color to them. It's been like 3 or 4 minutes. Now we're gonna add in our tomatoes. I have some cherry tomatoes that I have chopped in half. And again, this is just preference to you, like how much you want. So I've turned my temperature down just a little bit to more like medium. We're gonna heat these through and then we're gonna add some ranch powder. I'm just gonna sprinkle in maybe a teaspoon or so to start with. Maybe a little bit more. Let's do 2 teaspoons. Let's add in a little pepper as well. Now we're gonna add in our eggs and we're just gonna scramble this together. She said it is gonna be a little bit runny in the beginning, which is fine. It will all come together eventually. Let's add in some more ranch now. Now, baby, you're gonna be excited about what she said to serve this with. Do you know?
I don't.
She said they serve it with sriracha sauce.
Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I've crumbled up my bacon. I did 6 slices of bacon. Again, you do however much you guys want. We're gonna add this into the mix. And I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt too. And then finally, we're gonna add in some cheese. Okay, we're gonna let that melt down and our hash browns just finished. So let me grab them out of the oven and let them sit out for just a couple of minutes.
Looks yummy.
It does, it looks and smells yummy.
Love breakfast. Some of this bacon and tomato. Mmm. Wow. That is good. Great flavor. Not overpowering with the ranch. The ranch definitely enhances it. with
There's
all the-
ranch?
Yeah, there's ranch in here.
Ranch powder, yeah.
Ranch powder. Really good flavor. Onions, bacon, tomato.
Cheese.
Love, yes, cheese. The tomato has a nice little pop to it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really good. And then you got the spiciness of the sriracha sauce coming through.
So this one is a keeper. Okay, I'm gonna give it a try and see what I think. Well, Mandy, this may be one of our new favorite ways to make eggs. This is delicious. And of course the hash brown casserole is great too, but y'all have got to try this way of making eggs. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this What's for Dinner. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you did, and let me know below which one you're gonna try first. Also, don't forget to check the description box to click that link and check these out. They're so incredibly good. I know you're gonna love them. Thanks y'all. I'll see you next time. Bye. Don't inhale too hard there. Okay. Do it to it, baby. Better you than me. That's all I gotta say. That's what you get for smelling those spices. Ooh, eggs stay in place. I didn't lose a single egg, baby. I so want to do an infomercial.